I definitely want to fucking touch on the whole shit that went down today, or it's currently next day, but
Yeah.
yesterday, the whole hospital shooting in St. Francis.
Yeah. For those, I mean, I'm sure everyone knows about it by the time this is coming out, but because this is coming out in a couple weeks. But as of when we're filming this, like Kyron saying, this shit happened like literally yesterday or like today type shit. And it happened in our city, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Shit is pretty fucked. I mean, I know I really want to talk about more of the cause and effect, but I'll let you.
Yeah, I kind of just want to get on to like, there's just the aftermath, and then the first thing that I saw, like, I woke up, right, saw
Right.
all this shit was going on, and
This is
all
the first
my,
thing you saw when you woke up, right?
yeah, all my friends' stories. And then I go to Instagram, and then instantly it's like just social media shit. People like, I'm pretty sure they were already talking about banning ARs before this, but now they're using this situation to further boost their agendas. And like, bro, like, I'm pro gun all the way. I'm pro gun. I think that everyone that has the legal right to own a firearm should. I feel like everyone should. And what they're saying is they don't want to ban all guns, but they just want to ban big ones like ARs because they think they're fucking even more dangerous. And like, bro, this is the one thing that they just can't get through their mind. It doesn't matter. A gun is a gun at the end of the day. It doesn't have a mind of its own. It's a fucking tool. All right, it is the holder of the gun, and them fucking trying to ban ARs and shit. It's not gonna stop people from shooting up shit with ARs. It's gonna stop good people from having ARs. You know what I mean? It's gonna cause the bad people to be overpowering. It's just basically gonna lower the shit that's already been lowered because like they're already like banning all types of shit. Like in California, bro, their gun laws are fucking strict and fucking ass. Like, dude, with your rifle, I'm pretty sure you have to have some type of weird ass stock on there for your hand, and it's like, bro, fuck that. And so if they try to ban fucking ARs or something, it's like, dude, every time this shit happens, and this shit has happened a lot, which is fucking sad. You know what I mean? That we're even this shit's happened. Like I'm gonna keep it a bean. Like, bro, I'm jaded to this shit. Even though it happened in our city, it hits a little harder. But bro, I'm pretty jaded to it, and I feel like a lot of other people can say the same thing. Cause like, bro, this shit happens every fucking month, every other month, and it just keeps on happening. And I think banning a single class of a firearm isn't gonna fucking change that. You know what I'm saying?
100%. I mean, yeah, bro. I mean, we definitely agree on this topic. I feel like to what I was gonna say. I mean, a lot of people, when something like this happens, like you're saying, go directly to talking about guns and gun control, and they either want to ban all guns, take away the First Amendment, or add restrictions to it, like you were saying, take away ARs or specific classes of guns, and or add restrictions on it, or whatever it is. And then that's one side, that's the left, and then people on the right, the crazy right, they'll say, oh, we need to arm the teachers, we need to arm the, oh, and then they'll see this in Oklahoma and they'll be like, oh, now we need to arm the nurses and doctors. And it's like guns are not the answer, taking away guns are not the answer, because the crime is being committed with the gun. What kind of logic is it that the solution is in guns? I mean, if you're a freaking cop trying to solve a crime, you're not just gonna do the same thing that the criminal did to solve the crime. You're like, I don't understand that logic. People are going out and murdering a bunch of people with weapons, right?
Yeah.
Name a sane person that would do that.
There's not a sane person out there that would do that.
To be in the state of mind to commit murder,
On a mass scale.
even just murder, but just murdering many people, going into a school and killing children like what happened in Texas or in a hospital. And by the way, I just want to say right now, rest in peace to everyone that has lost their lives in any shooting, any school shooting or hospital shooting. And my condolences go out to anyone that knows anyone.
And their families, man. Because I can only fucking imagine, dude.
That shit is tough.
And like I was telling you earlier, Jay Sean and Corbin, they worked up there, bro.
I'm glad that they're okay. I mean, but yeah, and so a lot of people turn to guns or this or that as a solution, but you have to think about the fact that, oh, would I commit murder and go in and kill a bunch of little kids in school? No, probably not. So, because I'm sane, right? So you ask yourself that in your head and you go, okay, so what types of people would be going out and killing a bunch of little kids in a fucking school? Fucking insane people. People that belong in an insane asylum. Not prison, a fucking mental insane. Like, they're fucking insane, bro. These people are fucking insane. And, you know, we need to have a better system of fucking identifying the fucking psychos, and instead of just waiting till they commit crimes and then sending them to prison, actually giving them like fucking like mental help and shit, or putting them in like those fucking, you know what I'm saying?
So basically, what you're opposing is they should focus on like the mental side.
America's mental health is fucked. It is the least prioritized thing in the political world. The political world does not give a fuck about the mental, or, I mean, to be honest, the physical health of Americans. Because even with COVID, I mean, we saw a great example of the physical health and how much they care about us being healthy. But, you know, and they just used a fucking pandemic to motivate their political beliefs. The same way some crazy person goes into a fucking school or hospital or somewhere, shoots up a bunch of innocent people, and then these people just use it to boost their like, oh, look, see, more people died, I'm right, we should take away guns. And it's like, that mindset to me is fucking evil. It's like, you do not care about human life if you just see this and just go, oh, great example, now we need to take away guns. It's like, you don't give a fuck about the people dying. You don't give a fuck about the fucking solution or the cause. You just want to prove yourself right, and the right, the people on the right, the Trump supporters, all the crazy people, the gun fanatics, you just want to prove all of them that they're crazy and fuck Republicans or whatever it is. And it's like, it's a fucking evil mindset, because it's like, people are dying, and the real problem is that there's fucking a bunch of insane people in America, because America's fucking society is pretty fucked, right? I mean, it's not like a happy-go-wonder society. Everyone loves you, everyone's your best friend, nobody will do anything bad to you, you know, it's a pretty fucked society. There's some fucked people everywhere, you know. And it's like, people don't want to address the fucking actual problem. They just want, oh, let's give away more of our freedoms to the government. And so that's the cause that I wanted to talk about. And the outcome that I wanted to talk about, as far as these people that propose taking away guns, you know, they don't, like I was saying, they don't understand the actual problem. But like they don't understand the problem, they don't understand the domino effect that would occur from them taking away guns. Because like you said, you know, you're taking away guns from the good people. But in my opinion, it is beyond that. It is beyond, obviously it's important for Americans to have guns, but it is beyond being able to defend yourself if a criminal robs you. Obviously that's a good thing that we have guns so we can defend ourselves, but it's beyond that. I think it's beyond having the right to hunt. I think all of those things are good things that I believe in, but I think it is beyond all of that. And that's what the Democrats always say, like, oh, you just want the right to hunt. You just want to be able to this, or you just think you want to be able to defend yourself, and then they bring up statistics of like home invasions and how if they rob you while you're sleeping, you don't even have a chance to get your gun, or whatever it is. They bring up all these statistics. In my opinion, it's beyond all that. It is about the people versus the deep state. And what I mean by the deep state is our government. Our government is small. It's big, but compared to the people, the citizens of America, there's a lot of people. So our government versus people, right? The government fears the people because they have power over the government, right? Not only physical power. I mean, yes, that's a good thing. That's what my point was, that we have guns. So if they were to ever want to, if there was ever any type of crazy corruption or anything ever happened, they would fear the people because they know that we would fight back. We have fucking guns and shit. There's a lot of crazy Americans that wouldn't mind fucking killing a bunch of corrupt government people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But other than that, I mean, we have a lot of other power and protesting and just the mass of people. Like, we could get a lot done if we just joined together and looked at it as it's the people versus the government. Because a great example of this is Australia. Now, I've never been in Australia, and I don't think you have either, but a common stereotype for Australia and Australians is that it's a drinking country. You go there, and the Australians are always great, happy, cheerful, getting drunk and shit. You go to Australian bar, you know what I'm saying? It's a common stereotype, right? So it was, it wasn't like one of those places like North Korea or fucking Russia. It wasn't like that. It was like Australia was a place that often people would travel because it was like a good place, cool people. But at a point in time, they gave up their right to bear arms. The people gave up the right to bear arms in Australia. And then fast forward to COVID. Australia became quite literally, and this is not I'm not dramatizing anything, Australia became a police state. You can't go outside and walk your dog without getting permission from the government. You can't go to work without getting permission from the government. You can't go grocery shopping without getting permission from the government. You cannot go anywhere. Australia turned into a police state. You give away your right to bear arms. You give away your right of fear from the government. Fear of the government. Fear from the government. The government fears you if you have guns. And then you start losing more freedoms. Because if the government knows that they could literally fucking go in and shoot and massacre every single million of fucking citizens, if they so wanted to, I'm not saying this would ever happen, if they so wanted to, because none of them have guns, why would they fear, if corruption wanted to add a new law and the citizens didn't want it, why would they fear doing it? What are the citizens going to do? Fucking protest? And what are they going to do when the government brings out a bunch of guns and fucking smoke bombs and this and that? You know what I'm saying? In America, if the government can only test the citizens to a certain limit, because they have their laws too. They're allowed to, at protests, shoot rubber bullets and all that shit. We saw it happen, all the Black Lives Matter protests and all that shit, right? Because all that was technically legal and everything, you know what I'm saying? So they have their laws and we have ours that protect us, and there's laws that protect them. But there's a certain point and a certain line that our government can't cross. Take away our guns and that line moves, and it will not stop moving.
Civilian war is what we're going to have, or civil war.
And I feel like that's such an obvious thing if you just understand how countries work. If you even paid attention for like 30 seconds in history class, you don't even have to pass history class. You pay attention for like 30 seconds, just listen to one word maybe he says. You should know that. And it's like, but the people that support gun control and all these things, they just can't comprehend it. And it's just like the abortion. We did abortion stuff. We did a podcast talking about the abortion laws and everything. And it's like, it's just like that, bro. It's so obvious.
I'm sorry to cut you off.
You're good, bro. You're good.
I think I wouldn't even blame the people. Or, I do blame the people, but it's not just the people themselves. Think about it from just like a propaganda standpoint.
Yeah, you're right. It is also a lot of propaganda.
Like I was saying earlier, and like I'm not trying to keep backtracking and shit, but if as soon as I woke up, the first thing I see is all of my friends post about what's going on, and then I see the news posting about what's going on.
Yeah.
The news is directly talking about like why ARs need to be banned. Basically, like it's literally the hot topic right now of why
Trying
fucking
to convince its viewers.
exactly, and it's just bro. I don't even like want to get too off topic, but like there's so much shit that just goes on, and like only if like you're really paying attention to it, I guess that's the only way you'll catch it. So like think about it. Whenever COVID happened, bro, it was just like
So much
this,
propaganda.
yeah, this big old propaganda, this thing, and then boom, now COVID's over. What was it? Fucking, I think it was like yeah, no, COVID was over. Some big shit. They canceling Trump. Yeah, that was like a next big thing. Like impeach Trump. Trump's being
Trump, and
impeached.
then there was the Will Smith.
No, there's a new virus.
New virus, then there's Will Smith, then there's Ukraine, and then there's Johnny Depp. Like, they just have these things that they'll focus on to, like, distract us from what's actually happening.
And
What
then
you
they'll
were
spread
saying.
a bullshit propaganda, so you're not really looking much into it. You're just looking at it as face
Yeah.
value.
And to what you're saying about the propaganda about the shooting, it was right after the Texas shooting. I saw a video on Snapchat news. You gotta love fucking Snapchat, those liberal fucks. It was a Snapchat news feed of her talking about how this gun fanatic posting pictures showing off his guns on Instagram and buying guns at 18, went into this school and shot a bunch of little kids, AR or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then they talked about how the Republicans say that it is about mental health and guns are not taking away guns are not the answer. But he had no prior diagnoses of any mental health issues so they're trying to like convince people that it's not mental health when it's like back to what I was saying. It's like people are murdering. Someone murdered a bunch of people. It's like, are they in the right state of mind when they're doing that? No, they're fucking crazy. So it's like to say that they had no mental health record. You could go fucking your whole life without getting diagnosed with ADHD but you still have that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you just don't know who the fuck is crazy because, like I was saying, America's mental health system, it's not the best. It's sort of like every man's for himself. You know what I'm saying? School counselors are fucked. They don't help with anything. If you really want good help, you got to go to a shrink or something. But then, it's like, who wants to go to a shrink? You got to pay for that, this and that. You got to take extra time to go. It's like it is a big issue in America. Mental health, depression, and I mean, people don't want to talk about that.
No, a lot of people don't want to talk about it. But I mean, there's a lot of people that do talk about it too. I mean, I feel like there's a lot more people that don't want to talk about it than there are the people that do talk about it. But
I feel like it's mainly the media and the propaganda that don't want to talk about it. But all the actual real people, not all the fucking bots, not the media, the real people, I feel like they actually,
talk about
Yeah.
it. Man, shit's crazy, man. World's crazy, dude. I think overall, like, I'm not a fucking politician or nothing, but I think a good solution would be give everyone that can have a gun a fucking gun. All right, first of all, stop fucking just limiting shit. Cause like, think about it. If everyone has a gun, everyone knows everyone has a gun. You'd think you'd be least likely to pull that bitch out because you're gonna get fucking squatted shot. You're literally gonna get berated by a bunch of fucking bullets because everyone has a fucking gun.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of goes to, like, the Republicans saying, oh, give guns to the teachers, give guns. I feel like, that could be true, but that's like putting a patch in the pothole in the road. It's like, the real fix is mental health. We need to have a
you know, just like there's fucking cops that patrol and look for people doing crimes and send them to a whole facility if you commit a crime. It's like, we don't have anything for like that for mental health. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's all private organizations, which are shrinks and shit. So it's like, or if you commit a crime and you like get proven in court, like that you plead like insane or whatever it is, like they send you to a fucking crazy people place. But it's like, you know, that's basically, like I was saying, they're just waiting for the problem to occur and then just send them away. We gotta fucking have, like, it's gotta be like a class in school or something, where like, you know what I'm saying? Where there's like a certain class at school where we go to like a fucking therapy class. I don't know what, where the teacher, like, they just sort of, you know, like the teacher is like a shrink and they like understand how the mind works and like they monitor the kids and kind of look and see as, and like there's one in every year all the way up until you graduate.
So almost like another requirement for the teachers to have, almost.
Maybe, because then maybe they'd be able to tell as kids develop, like, oh, like maybe this kid could be. But then again, like, teachers are a lot of teachers are fucked. So if that was the case, if that was a solution, if we put that priority in the teachers, then we would need to fix the public school problem in America, which is a whole other thing. So it's like, America is so fucked. It's like, if you actually want to fix a real problem, it leads to all these other problems, because America has so many problems, and like the politicians haven't really fixed anything head on in a while. It's all just,
You know what they do? It's all political fucking garbage, dude. They'll say something. They'll say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, this, that. They'll do probably a quarter, maybe even a half a penny of whatever they say they're going to do.
and it's mainly because it's just so hard to get a lot of shit done.
Yeah, and I mean, dude, they just kick that shit down the road. Like, they just kick the can down the road. They kick it off to the next
Like,
person.
that's why I have a lot of respect for Trump. That motherfucker literally basically built an entire wall in 4 years. It was almost done. If he got reelected, it would have been finished. It was almost done, bro. That's fucking, it's a long wall, bro. So like he was getting what he wanted to get done. So, which like was impressive. But I mean, yeah, bro, it's the media with their propaganda, it's the people not understanding the problem and the solution, and it's just a combination of everything. I just feel like if more people started talking about it instead of arguing about it and splitting and taking sides. Like, some people don't even want to be friends with each other if it's like at Booker T, it was really weird. Like, you had like the people that didn't like the crazy liberals that hate Trump, like they wouldn't associate with any of like the people that fuck with Trump type shit. It was weird. And that was towards like almost around when COVID started. I don't know, that's just stupid.
I remember that. It was pretty divided, that whole election shit.
Yeah, shit got really divided. And that is bad. Like I was saying, we need to come together as a country, as the people versus the government. We are the one, we are the people.
We are together.
We are the fucking people.